think of all the issues, nuclear is the one that's really closest to my heart because it's just absolutely about life and death. The pollution from these power stations, it just kills people, even the routine emissions. And there's so many lies told about that. I did a lot of work into, the health effects of radiation before I became an economist, and it just made me furious, the lies that they tell, and trying to cover up the people that are killed as a result of nuclear, really. And so, it's really important to mark what happened in Fukushima, to remember the people that have died there and will continue to die as a result of radioactive pollution. If the truth were known about the consequences of nuclear power, it would have been shut down years ago. And that's why these lies have to be maintained, and this is what we have to challenge, because radiation is that damaging. We cannot allow it to be built here in our beautiful countryside. Japan itself closed down their nuclear power stations, but in this country that public debate wasn't had, and that's something else we absolutely need to make sure happens. That's one of our most important jobs, to make sure that we have that debate about the dangers and the risks of nuclear power. But I think it's absolutely crucial that we think about the economics here, because what's going on when they build these power stations, it's not about energy, it's not about filling the energy gap, it's about some people making a huge amount of money and us taking the cost of that. So it's not about the power, it's about the money. It's also, I believe, about bringing Chinese finance into this country and encouraging the Chinese to do their finance activities through London rather than through Frankfurt. There is actually quite a good chance that it will not go ahead, I believe, Hinkley and Oldbury, because it cannot happen without huge public subsidy. And that subsidy is not legal. The European Commission checks out all public subsidy to these sorts of industries, and under what's called state aid rules, they have to say whether that can go ahead. So although the whole media story was Hinkley's a done deal, that is not the case. We can still stop it, and the European Commission can stop it. And Green MEP Jean Lambert has already raised a question with them, and it's been submitted to the European Commission to consider, is that a reasonable level of subsidy? And it's not. They can't build new nuclear power without a huge amount of subsidy because it's so expensive, it's not efficient, even if we don't think about disposing of the waste. So there's a good chance that the European Commission can stop these new nuclear developments, and we have to keep the pressure on to make that happen and not let them get away with breaking their promise and putting huge public subsidy into it. We are strong, we can stand strong, we can defeat this rebirth of this hideous industry that none of us want and that we don't need. We can have clean, safe, renewable energy instead. Thank you very much.
Great turnout. Absolutely fantastic to see so many people.